Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome along to me and the shed again. It's Monday evening again. So, what are we going to do tonight? Well, before we get there, I'll introduce my earworm for this evening, who is Mr. Hoosby.
The one and only. Half of the,
Bran.
the half of the dynamic duo.
Yep. Uh, Doug's busy working away. I seen his wee video he put up of his son's wedding there
No, I've
at
never
the
seen that.
weekend.
No, didn't see
Uh,
it yet.
I didn't get the idea of washing the feet bit, you know, taking the shoes
Oh,
off and watching each horse's feet. Didn't
uh,
get that.
whole Christian thing. It's a whole Christian thing. Must be the American kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put you back in the background, Brian.
Good plan.
All right.
Who wants to look
Okay,
at me?
guys. So what I'm gonna do tonight, I've been racking my brains, and as I do, and I try to do something different every week. So we're gonna do a bit of work. Uh, we're making a wee pot, not even a pot, and involves the writer, writing flutes in it. So there's a wee bit of that involved. So it's a wee bit technical, and so I'll show you what they have in the lathe. We have a bit of beach here, and I'm just looking for my ruler.
Just
Uh,
a wee bit of each.
just a wee bit of beach. So it's 170 by 110 wide, but it needs to be rounded down because this was laying out the back in my timber pile, and you can see it's not in any way
Hmm.
round or of any shape. So I need to bring it down to around, and then we'll do a bit of shaping on it, and then we'll do a bit of routing on the bottom. I'm not going to show you the piece I've done this afternoon because that'll take away from what I'm doing. So just have to stay and watch, you know.
Well,
So while I'm bringing this down the round, Bran will tell me who's in this
oh,
evening. Okay.
oh, for sure. There's 25 people watching currently. But we have
Good.
got Norman Greenwell come in first. Evening, Norman. How are you doing, buddy? I hope you're all well in the chat. Uh, Norman was closely followed by Mike Evans. Alex the Wood Butcher's in again. I don't know what we'll do, Alex. Roger Kent's also here. Todd from Glen Cove is in. Jared the French Woodturner's in. Haven't seen Jared in a live for a while. Hope you're well, Jared. Dale, Old Man River is here as well. Matt Iverson have joined us. Tony Smith is here again. Tony was in last night too. So he's in again tonight. Good man, Tony. Thanks for coming along. He also sneaked in where I wasn't. Cap K is in. Michael McEwen is also here. What did I say, Roger Kent? I think I maybe I did. Who else? I think that's everybody who's in currently.
Right.
So welcome along, everybody. We've now got
Yeah.
27 people watching, Paul. That's good.
Welcome along, everyone. We're almost at around just a wee flat here. Area. So as I said, this is a piece of beach. It's been sitting. There's a couple of cracks in it, but hopefully we'll be able to turn those out. I just want to bring this wee bit in. Just
Vinny
have
Charlton's joined us. Good evening, Vinny.
Okay, that's it around. So
Oh no.
we need what? Oh no, what?
Oh no. Rob, the abrasive Rob is in again.
Oh, I thought there was something wrong again this week.
No. The abrasive Rob's in. You're
So
fine.
we need a tenon on one end of it at the minute. So we'll straighten these two ends. And you can see where the cracks are. There's a crack there. But I'm going to take a good bit of that away, and there's sort of wee fissures there. This side is not too bad. So this is going to be the bottom of the piece. So, or is it? Should I turn it round? I'm just thinking to myself. If I put the tenon on that side, that should be working all right.
I would think.
So
Karsten Peterson joined us too. Good evening, Karsten.
we're just putting a tenon on this. Getting rid of some of the waste wood here. As I said, I had a wee go at this afternoon just to make sure it was all working out okay with the rider and the jig and so on. So just putting a slight dovetail on this for my jaws. That should be plenty. Now, the shape. There is no set shape for this. The one I done this afternoon was just, I made it up as I went along and it worked out okay. So I need to take a fair bit of this away at the minute, about halfway. So we'll start taking this away and starting to shape the bottom here. Get it ready for the fleeting.
I wonder was any of you watching that program was on in the afternoons. What's it called now? Money for Nothing or something, is it? Pick stuff up from the skip.
Money for Nothing. Yep.
Chris Parker was on it today. It's a rerun of a show that was done a good while ago. But so Chris Parker, the blind wood turner, he was on it today. And he took a nice bit of laburnum. Well, it looked like a nice piece of laburnum. And he turned it into a nice, he turned it into a pot. A hollow form. But you couldn't see it was laburnum because he did it with verdigris and all sorts of stuff. Jared says he's very busy between training members in the men's shed and doing lots of free CAD designs for the lathe in the shed and nighttime training for walking football. Hey, no free time. That's what happens when you retire, Jared. You get busier. I know the feeling. That's very good. Much better doing something than just sitting about doing nothing.
Just see where that crack is running in that. See that? I should have turned it round and put that end on. You might have to, because we'll try this end round to see if it makes any difference.
Yeah, Jared says, yeah, he's busier, but yes, in a good way. Indeed, basically you're doing what you want to do now, not what somebody else is telling you to do, which makes a huge difference.
We'll just turn this side down and see what we've got.
It's kind of like being self-employed. Without the pressure. Certainly in my case.
Right, let's see what that's like. Is any cracks in this end? No. I think I've made the right decision because that can all turn away when you'll see what I'm doing with this. So I need to put a tenon back on this end.
Albert Dawson's joined us. Good evening, Albert.
Hi, Albert.
Hey, Carson said, I had to look up walking football. He says, it sounds like my kind of sport. Yeah, no running involved. You just play football as normal, but without running. You're not allowed to run. Rob says 2.5 years, and I hope to become less busy. Yeah, well, you will become less busy in one direction, but you'll find something to fill the gaps. No doubt, Rob. You won't be sitting about doing nothing either. I wouldn't have thought.
Okay, so we'll get this in the chuck. We'll just check it all. It's first lined up and stuff. I'll get the jig set up for fluting with the router. Just make sure it's on center. It is. Good. So that's one thing that's working. So I'll just move this mouse out of the way and get a bit more room.
Put your hands up in the chat who's actually retired now. Paddy Burns, huh? Good evening, Paddy.
Do, 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 do. So, so we're going to do a bit of reading with the on this piece. I need to get that in there.
Lost my chat again. I'm good at that.
That's my jig on the bed. So we'll just
Brian
check this.
Preston. Good evening, Brian. And Nigel.
Brian.
Good evening, Nigel. Nigel Harvey's in as well. Good evening.
Right, that's too far. So that needs to come to me. Come to me. Needs to come to me.
Donna Glen Cove says, I've had many unproductive days in retirement, but I've not been bored yet. Yeah, you don't have to be productive all the time. It's, just some days you can just kick your feet up and do nothing. It's good.
Just bear with me, guys. I get this set up.
No headings are good. No headings a good thing. Gerard's highlighted the rules for walking football. He says, very simple. No tackling from the back. No ball higher than waist height. No headers and no running. It's good for old folks. You're only as old as you feel.
Right.
Yep, that's about right, Rob. I'm kind of in the same boat as you, buddy. My wife says I have a mental problem. If I sit still for more than 10 minutes, I start to fidget and then cause trouble. Overactive mind. That's what's wrong with you, Rob. You're not too late, Brian. You're safe enough. We're only getting started.
Only getting started. It'll take me 5 minutes setting this up. Because the angle I have is a wee bit different to the one I done this afternoon. So I need to make sure the angle's right.
Jared says a router for the lathe I've just designed on FreeCAD and 3D printed. Must use it now. With copious amounts of smiley faces at the end of it. It's very good, Jared. I look forward to seeing that.
I think that would work.
Roger Kent's retired. Good man, Roger.
Get in there. Just clamping this jig to the bed of the lathe. Make sure it's nice and tight. And I think that'll work on fine. Right. That's that bit done. Now the scary bit. Keep all your fingers in one place.
Yeah, keep your fingers behind the cutty bit. You'll be all right.
Yep. You can see that okay, can't you? So, yeah.
Roger's retired as well.
So just make sure your jig and your your board is nice and clean. You're not getting any, because you want this to be solid. So just put the index and pin in and lock my.
You want it to be solid and smooth. That's what you want.
Yes, nice and smooth.
The best thing for the board is a piece of melamine,
Well, I waxed it up this afternoon,
which is
so
nice and smooth, you know,
yeah.
and it's
So
easy cleaned as well.
so we're going to go over this.
Can we see that from a tailstock end just to see what it looks like? Sarah says the only drawback with retirement is that the pension does not have much the previous wage packet. No, you're quite right, it doesn't, but sure. I'm happier now on a little bit less money than I was earning, so I don't have the pressure of work. I just have her indoors to deal with all day, every day. Can we have a tailstock view, Paul?
If you're talking to me, I can't hear you.
I thought that. I was talking to you, but never mind.
But I can turn this off and listen now. What's that,
Good
Brian?
man. Could you switch to the tailstock view just to can we see so you can see what you're doing, sliding the
Yep.
yeah, that's better.
That
Yeah,
better?
that's good. Yep.
Okay.
Just so as we can see your jig and see how you're sliding
Okay.
it along there. You've got to be careful when you're using these jigs too. You keep the table clean because if you get a bit of shavings underneath the slide, it'll knock the thing out of shape. That's nice, simple homemade jig you've made there, Paul. That's good. This is what I was going to try and do on Thursday as well. But Nigel says his only problem with retirement is remembering what day it is. Yeah, I often get up in the morning and say to Michelle, "What day is it?" Because one day is much like another. It's the weekend every day. How many flutes are you putting on this then, Paul? Can't hear me. It's obviously too loud. The router.
I think I heard you. 24.
24. Okay, yeah, good. Dale, the old man river, says my social security is just over half of what he brought home when he was working. Yeah, well, mine's is about 2/3, I think, Dale. I am, so. But I did make good provision for myself when I was working. I had the good sense to put some extra money away in a pension fund. So I thought to myself, once the mortgage is paid, I'll not need all that money. So that's how I kind of worked it out. Nigel says, and I still managed to smile on a Monday. Very good. Oh, door 60's in. Good evening, buddy. Trevor P. Hobby Turner's in. Says, I've been retired for several years now, and the weeks seem to fly by faster than ever. You're quite right. I agree with that, Trevor. That's the way to do it, Rob. I have the military pension and then a private one that I started myself, and then in receipt of the old age pension as well. So I retired when I was 55. You see, so I've been retired for God, ages. 16 years I've been retired. I still can't get my head around computers. That's exactly how I am, Rob. He says my pension from the government when I get it in 5 years' time will be more beer and filament money. Yep. MB Woodturn is joining us. Good evening, MB. Yeah. When I started getting the state pension, I told Michelle it was mine. the other pensions keep the house and they go from the door, but the state pension is mine, so I spend it on whatever I want to spend it on.
And that was the last one.
That's good. So your little board that's on the lathe there, Paul, have you just screwed that guide rail into it? Or
yeah, I just set that up whatever angle you want, and then match that to that, and you set your depth from that and screw it to this board. Okay.
Okay.
And then then you can just add it up off the piece where you need to pump that down to, make sure it's running in the right direction, and you should have no bar.
I'll show you my fancy one on Thursday.
So it's just a normal,
just a board, yeah.
Just a board with an angle. No, there's nothing technical about it or nothing fancy about it.
Nope, not fancy. Does the job.
Right, let's get this back into position again. Back in business.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Rob. Rob says, yeah, I didn't want to count on the government pension, so I made sure I had enough private to live on how I want. Quite right, Rob.
Right.
Rob wants to know, is Paul making one of those fancy massage rollers?
Rob, I don't know what I'm making. Well, just to go and see what
I
what
I
work.
know I know what you're making, Paul. You're making it up as you go along.
Yes, exactly. And then you can't go wrong. Just want to put the dust extraction on here. Just want to do a wee bit of sand into that to knock all those rough bits off.
Fuzzies,
Fuzzies.
little fuzzies.
Run the sander over that just lightly. Okay. Okay. That'll do. Now, you will get a wee bit of discrepancy in between where your router starts here. If you take a look at them, they're not all 100%. So I'm going to, the worst one is there on it. Where's my pencil? And it just comes to there. So where it just didn't go, I went in too far. I want to push my weight against it. It just, so you have to watch for that. So that's going to be part of the foot. So it's not a big thing as long as you're aware of it and you allow for it.
You can
So
work it into the design.
yeah, what you have in your head.
Yeah,
So,
Rob says, over the last 2 years, I've come to the conclusion that all wood turners do not know what they're making until they finish it. And that's about 100% right. Having a basic idea in your head, and then you
so
just
all
go
I'm
with it.
doing there is making a wee line where I want to change the direction of my boot for the bottom of that. So we're going to take this bottom off into sort of a cove.
You kind of start cutting the wood and then go with the flow. That's what I do. Other than that, it's engineering, you know, following a plan. And that's not for me. I don't do plans.
Now,
I
if
have
it
a
works
rough,
out, that's great. And if it doesn't work out, it
just do
doesn't
it.
work out.
I have a rough sketch in the back of my head, and that's what I worked at.
Yeah, I have an idea in my head too. So just using a round nose scraper just to tidy that up.
Dale says, I was only able to save enough money to make my monthly house payments. Well, I bought my house in God knows how many years ago, loads of years ago. But I finally managed to get rid of the mortgage about 4 years ago.
So we want to do the
Which was,
same up here. If you have any discrepancy and the fluke coming out here, this is where you want to hide it now and cut it back a wee bit. That's all. It looks all fine to me, but it all needs a wee bit of sanding. So, well,
I'll put you on
just
full screen
on
to
the
get a better look.
and the flutes. So, we'll just give these a quick rub before I decide where I'm going to cut that.
Yeah. This is sometimes where people get this wrong, and when they're sanding it, they take the edges off it. Now, that depends on your design, of course. You might not want edges, you may want it rounded.
We don't want it around it. We want it nice and flat. And
nice
crisp.
and square.
Yeah.
So sometimes, if you get a router that's the size of a little square file, and then just router it, and then run the file down through it, it keeps it nice and square.
There's not much to come on. It's just the rough edge on the inside of the flute where it has left the fuzzies hanging on. So
yeah,
doing the other way now, going back away.
I agree with Rob. He says I'm a strong believer in roof over your head and food on the table, and everything else is a bonus, basically. Yep. As long as I've got something that I can live in, and I've got food I can put on the table, and I'm not hungry, that's enough for me.
So that looks okay there. So just give it a not quite right down.
Todd Glencove says, we know we're about to make a mess, Rob. Yeah, that's a certainty. Every time you get to the workshop. Although I can't live in the mess, I have to tidy it up.
Okay, so that would need more sanding on it, but we're not going to worry about that tonight. Just clean those wee bits of flute up. There's a wee bit of burning on it. So the other way you could get rid of that is to paint it black. Basically, you know.
Yeah, good, yep.
Yep. But we don't want to do that. You can spend a bit of time later on sanding it. So we want to go straight in with a cut here. And we're going away from the flute. I just want to see what that gives me, because I'm doing this different to the one I done this afternoon. So yeah, that looks all right. Okay.
Todd's asking me, are my horses all healthy? They are indeed. All good. We're
clean cut.
Our two horses that are competing currently are heading for Scone Palace. That's our next big event.
So I'm going to use my bull gouge here just to remove some of the timber.
You can get as fancy or as plain as you like in this bit. Come to think of the horses, it must be getting near time for the farrier again. What got me into horses? Rob has asked me what got me into horses. I've always liked horses ever since I was a child. I had a collection of horses as a child. Loads of like ornaments and toys and stuff. But I'd never had the wherewithal to. As I was growing up, I couldn't afford to go to horses. But when I moved to Northern Ireland, I had the opportunity to get a horse, so I did. I got a real one, like an idiot. So I've just always liked them, and the nature in its finest form is a horse, I think. And they're unbelievably smart. And they're really easy to train as well. Horses learn 7 to 10 times faster than humans do.
Unfortunately, one of those cracks is going down deeper than what I wanted it to. So
Really?
You can just where go?
That's gone, right?
It's just running down there.
Right.
But we'll not worry about too
You
much
can
about it.
You can make it a wee bit narrower yet, could you?
I can take a wee bit more off it. I just want to.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm liking the way that shape's starting to form there. Carson says, I'm always surprised what comes out at the end. At the end when I'm on the lathe. But also like to throw mystery wood on there and deal with it as it reveals its secrets. That's a great thing too, Carson. You put a piece of wood on and it might look nice and plain on the outside, but once you start cutting into it, you find some interesting figure or grain pattern or whatever you want to call it, and you can adjust your shape to suit that. Is it still cracked?
Yeah. All that crack ends here. Don't know if you can see it in the camera. See that?
Oh, right.
That's the shape. That's the shape of it. So I'll try and take a wee bit more out of it here. The ore crack is, I think that's gone. Yeah, it's gone. So just that wee bit, that's going to give me bother here. Don't want to really take it too much further down because
Are you going to be hollow on the side?
I'm going to drill some part of the way. You're not going to hollow it as such, but we're going to do a wee bit of hollowing. Oh, that brought it up a good bit.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to turn it round the other way to see what we've got on the neck. We can. There's a wee bit yet. Probably take off it. I just want to make sure I'm happy with that.
Rob says at the first Harrogate, I asked a wood carver how he knew what to carve. And the reply was, the wood speaks to me and tells me. Rob says, I quickly checked my watch and went, oh, is that the time? And ran away. Yeah. Indeed, yeah.
I need to cut that wee.
I know what you mean, Rob. You could have been in for 2 or 3 hours of chatting there. Easily. Yeah.
Yeah, the wood talks to you.
I prefer to think that wood doesn't talk to you, but it reveals what's in it, and then you can change your plan to suit.
I'm just taking this wee knob off on the bottom here, but it won't go on the chuck otherwise.
It won't. The whole thing about wood turn is it has to be pleasing to the eye. If it's not pleasing to the eye, you might as well just make shavings and throw them on the floor. And if it looks right, it is right. I don't care about ratios and all that kind of stuff. It's just
golden ratios, you can keep all that.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is truth in the logic.
There is, but you know, everybody has their own idea of what they like. If you make it to the golden ratio, you know, who's going to tell you it's wrong?
Well, it's like the thing that Terry made last night. The little dish with the finial. He made it exactly at the golden ratio. Measured it and made it. It didn't look right. It looked too big to me. I know.
Right. I'm just looking at this crack again. We'll try and take a wee bit more off this. I don't want to thin this anymore, you know.
Yeah. Can we do the overhead again?
You can see it now more when it's out of the chuck.
Why don't you just short the neck a wee bit and get down below the crack?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
How far down does the crack go again? Show me.
It goes.
Draw a light pencil line on it.
It goes to there.
Right.
There are one ends there, and
it's maybe a bit short.
So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. You know, we're not stuck with it.
Yeah. If you narrow that down, You could
There's
look,
a bit flew out there.
I see that, yeah. Just check.
There-
Oh,
that's
just
the bit. That's the bit with a crack in it.
that's the crack going now then.
Oh, we're doing something different now with it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. We're not stuck. We're not stuck yet.
So where the bottom of that chips came out, just draw a line around it for me. Just spin it up and just draw a line around it. Make that the top of your piece there now.
You think so?
Ah,
Right. Let's see.
I do, aye. Just go gently coming into it now.
I just want to see what that
Mhm.
reveals, because that
Yep.
take that took a good bit out of that. Oh, yeah, I got it all out. Apart from
Probably
that
get rid
wee
of
bit.
most of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, when
you can lift that rim up a little bit further if you want now.
yeah. Well, I'll just bring this in a wee bit and
Mhm.
clean that up. Yeah, that's why you have to be able to make the changes as you go along. So the wood wasn't talking to me there. It wasn't telling me anything.
Well, it did. It spoke to you. It shouted at you.
I'm
It threw
jumping
a
out.
bit, you weren't listening, so it threw a big bit at you.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
like a teacher throwing the chalkboard, the chalkboard duster at you.
Oh, I.
Anthony Green's joined. He says, "Good evening, everybody. So apologies for my lateness."
All
Shocking
right.
tardy, Anthony. I don't know. Some people. Oh dear. Evening, Anthony. You're welcome, buddy. And Andy at Door 60 says it'll make a table lamp. Would indeed.
Yeah.
Small
It would.
bedside table lamp. Yep. Yeah, that's not too bad now, Paul. I think
I'll
you've
just
kind
see if we can get
of sorted that.
they get all the cracks and the bits we didn't want. There's still a wee bit there, right in the
Well,
top. But I can fix
just
that. Yeah.
yeah, you can just roll the top over a wee bit or something.
Yeah. So I'll need to bring the rest of the neck in now because I changed the shape of that. So
Oh, I don't think you need to change it that much.
no, just slightly.
Looks pretty good. What is that tool you're using, Paul? Is that just a scraper?
Scraper, round nose scraper.
Yep. What's that? What's that? Half inch?
Yeah, the wee one.
Yep. Take too much off of that now.
Right, that looks okay. That will sand. Right, that's okay. We'll
Good.
sand this wee bit up, and then we'll do whatever we want to do to the inside bit, which was a wee bit of hollowing involved in it, but we'll see what happens. So I was hoping it would have been a bit bigger than this, but with that crack in it, it sort of changed the design.
I've just read Carson's comment there. He says, I asked a carver friend much the same question. He says, "How do you make a dog?" He looked at me strangely and said, "I of course just cut away all the bits that aren't the dog." Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I just leave the dog there. Yeah, take everything else away. It is a skill that I would like to be able to have, but I just haven't got the artistic talent to make the thing. Kirsten says, how many of you are fans of the rounded skew? I'm considering making mine back into a
No, I
straight.
had one when I
straight
first
edge.
got my turning set tools, and I didn't like it at all. I'd rather have the flat one.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, Kirsten, because by a rounded skew, do you mean a radius skew at the tip or a
Oval
round
or
bar? Because some
where is
people,
my?
some
I still
people
have
put a
my
radius
old
on it.
one. I think I know what he's talking about.
The round bar skews are quite handy because it's easy to roll them when you're rolling beads and stuff. But when I first started out, I copied Mike Walk because he had a radius skew, so it's a tiny bit straight and then it's radiused off in a corner. If you understand what I'm saying.
I can't lay my hands on it somewhere.
Yeah, the thing about the radius skew is it has a curve on the cutting edge. It's kind of slightly curved, so it has a little radius on it. It makes it a little less liable to catch on the points because you have the toe and the heel, and at the heel end it's kind of radiused away, so it doesn't catch as much, or it's less liable to catch. It's less imposing, and it makes it a little less. It makes it a bit more makes people a bit more confident. But in actual fact, you shouldn't be getting the top end of the toe or the heel, whichever way you've got your skew up, anywhere near the wood anyway. You should be working on the bottom third of it. So it really, the radius skew doesn't, it helps psychologically, but it doesn't really help. Yeah, I love messing about with my skew too. So it's a great tool. Yeah, I thought that's what you're talking about, Kirsten. I took the radius back off mine and just made it a standard skew. I just persevered and learned how to use it properly. Still not very great with it, like, but I don't get nearly as many catches now as I used to. Still get them though.
Yeah.
And any wood turner that tells you he doesn't get catches is probably telling you lies.
Just cleaning up the ends of the V here. Just
The thing about catches is the frequency. The only difference about catches is when you first start, the frequency of catches is much greater than when you've had a bit of experience. They get less and less and less. So the more experience, the less catches. So people like Les Thorne and guys like them who've been doing it for years, they get very few catches, but they still get them. My favourite skew currently is a 1-inch. Messed around with the skew, yeah. My favourite skew currently is a 1-inch Ashley Isles round rolled edge skew. So it's a 1-inch flat bar, but the edges are rounded off. So it rolls nice and easy over the tool rest. Yeah, persevere, Michael. You'll be fine. You'll get it. Don't give up on it. Stick some rubbishy bits of pine or something, just construction timber. Any old offcut, stick it on the lid and just play with it. You'll get there.
so just tidying these up a wee bit rickety there at the ends.
A wee bit rickety.
Yep.
It's a while since I heard that word used. Rickety.
Oh, you'll here's some words from me.
Sure we know.
Right, that's okay there. Do you want to do anything else to this? Maybe put a wee bead in that just to break it up.
A little decorative rim. I put take about an inch and put a little decorative rim around it or something. Use your texturing tool or something. Put a little band on it or something, maybe. I don't know.
See, where's my beading important tool? If I can find it. That's not it.
My best is that Richard Finlay has been writing a great series on the skew in the Woodturning magazine. Cool. Yeah, Roger asked me, do I like my robust tool rest? Yeah, I do like it. The only slight drawback or difference between what I was using the Axminster one and it is that the curve is slightly less. So I find that there's not as much room for my finger underneath the tool. But yeah, I like it okay. It's oh, I'm putting a bead on it, are we? Very good. So yeah, I like it. It's fine, and I've not had to run the sandpaper over it to take any dings out of it because the Axminster one is good heavy tool rest, but it's just every time you look at it, there's a new ding in it, and God knows how to get there. Oh, Mike from Dances with Aardvarks is in. Good evening, Mike. Yeah, that's nice. Is that a Sorby beading tool?
Yep. That's a Sorby beading tool.
Yeah, Nigel, it is that the finger onto the bottom is. Oh, Frederick's in. Hi, Frederick. Yeah, the Axminster tool is very soft, I think, whatever it's made with.
Right, that's that.
It's a bit of cast steel, I think, as far as I can see, but it's very soft. Forever trying to draw file it and get it smooth again. So the robust one with the stainless steel rod on the top. I haven't had to do in with it yet. Just wipe it down with a cloth, basically.
So I'll just bore this out a wee bit.
Tailstock.
I'm just looking to see if it's going to clear that and it's going to eat into my bead. I'll change that to a smaller one.
Just slightly narrower, yeah.
Knowing my luck, it would just come out where the bead is. It looks okay looking at the center here, but you know, so that's the 25 mil one. If it's going to break off, it'll break off now.
Yep.
It's past the bead. Anyway.
Oh, it is. It has well past it now, yeah.
Just lay your shavings. Okay, so take that out of there. Where I hit my elbow on it. I'll do a wee bit of shaping around the neck of this. Yep.
Careful. Todd's made a good suggestion there. He said, should you normally pre-drill to avoid any potential heat cracking of the neck? Well, you could do, yeah. It certainly wouldn't do any harm to pre-drill it.
No, it wouldn't do any harm. Makes things a lot easier, like. Especially when you're hollowing out end grain.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to remember now I have that bead in there.
You do.
I can meet it.
You certainly do.
So if you want center, you can push your chisel right in.
Oops.
That's moving a wee bit.
Did indeed. Drop down a good bit.
So if you haven't got a drill bit to give you the depth you want, you can always push it straight in on center.
Yeah, just open the flute up a little bit.
Yeah. It'll make a lot of noise. It'll squeal and off course. Doesn't like that wee 1/4 inch spindle gouge.
No, it's too thin to be that far over the tool rest. It's just vibrating itself.
We'll try the bowl gouge.
God. You know, a bigger spindle gauge, no? Carbide hollowing tool would be good in there now.
Yeah, we'll try this first.
The good thing about that is you only have to get down as far as your finger goes.
Yeah. Well, I don't plan on going any much further. I just want to
for normal things for sale. That's all you need. But if you're making a piece for an exhibition or something, you need to be a bit more fussy.
Just tidying the hole up.
It's only wood turners look in the inside of a thing and say, that's not very well finished. Normal customers don't even look in the inside.
Yeah, I had the pleasure judging a competition down the Course Border chapter a couple of years ago, and the guy had used a Forstner bit in the bed a little bit. I I don't know if you're watching. You usually do watch me. Sorry. Sorry, I'm talking about you. And I looked
No,
in. Here's me.
no.
Did you build that out with a forcer bit? Yes. How do you know? Here's me. You left a wee divot in the bottom.
There's a wee point hole at the bottom, yeah.
Why, a wee point hole. You know. No, that won't go in, Paul. So we'll just do sand to as far as I can reach with the finger, not going too far in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to call this a bud vase or something like that.
Yeah, a little bud vase, yeah.
It's not much.
A posy vase. You can put a
Aye,
little posy of
couple of
flowers
wee
in there.
flowers. Yeah, a couple of wee flowers on it. And that looks all right. We'll give that a wee dusting out with a.
The magic blow.
I'll put a wee taste of sand sealer on this.
I see those little blow things are advertised everywhere now.
Yeah. It's great for going to demos with because they don't have an air line if you need an air line. And that's why I bought it. And it wasn't dear, it was 12 quid.
Yeah, I know. Cheap as chips.
Yeah.
But you couldn't buy a fish supper for that nowadays.
Well, there's a lot on the market and they're priced dearer than the one I bought. I didn't see any difference in. I didn't see any difference in them to the one I have.
No, the only difference will probably be longevity. But sure, how long do you expect it to last?
Yeah, for £12. Sure, if you get a year or 2 years out of it.
Yeah, it's cost you £1 a month then, eh?
Yeah. You can't really cry about it too much.
Problem with our throwaway society, but
well, nearly everything out of China's throw away.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we'll get this. So as I was saying, there's a few burn marks on this, but it's just part of the.
It adds to the character.
Yeah, it adds to the character. So we didn't want to see those. You could paint it black.
They've done it. They've done it on purpose.
Yeah, it's an extra feature.
Exactly.
The only thing about doing the flutes, you have to go down every one of them to get the sand sealer in it. Or
You do.
Spray it on.
Spray it or brush it on.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I would tend to brush on sandy shield. I don't really like that spray on sandy shield. I have used it occasionally. I've got a couple of tins of it, but I don't really like it.
It doesn't last too long, Brian. The tin stuff, you know.
And it's sometimes quite hard to get the right amount on it.
Now you could do all sorts of things with this. You could, as I said, you could color it, or you could do a wee paste of with a what do you call those waxes?
Embellishing waxes.
Embellishing waxes on it. Give it a wee bit of color.
Good surely.
It's just whatever floats your boat, you know, at the time.
Yeah, it's an interesting little project. If you some ideas what to do.
Yeah, it's all about turning bowls and stuff. You can do all sorts of stuff, you know.
Take an idea and run with it and see how you get, see what you come up with.
Yeah, you can take this a lot further. You know, you don't have to stop the flutes there. You can do a bigger piece and do a whole lot of different stuff. Change the rider bit and make different patterns.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fancy router bits nowadays.
You're only hampered by your imagination, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't given much hope in this piece of beach, and it turned out it's not too bad.
Not too bad at
Nice,
all.
there's nice grain in it and colour in it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to look past all the cracks and stuff and see what you're going to get on the inside of it, because you never can tell until you start
Yeah.
turning the timber away.
Stick it on and see what you get.
Yeah. And you might be surprised with some of the pieces of timber you put on the lathe and, oh, didn't expect to get that, you know. So let's tidy that up. I'll just I'm gonna use my wheel on it. Wee bits of tissue are stuck to parts of it.
Aye. For a little brush.
Just a wee
Oh,
bristle brush. They're not abrasive, you know. You could rub it on your hand; it wouldn't do any harm. It's a soft thing.
Roger Kent suggests that we shouldn't forget the thumbs up. I agree. Don't forget thumbs up, and if you wouldn't mind, guys, when Paul's finished, jump back into it and leave a comment. That would be great. That would be really helpful.
Just need to put a wee bit on the bottom of that. I just missed that wee bit. We'll just give it a spray of acrylic lacquer. I'm not going. See me and that sand sealer bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I do it all the time. I would have set it on the bed of the lathe and boom, it falls. It's a good job it's not full, or be losing half of it. So that doesn't look too bad. So we'll give us a wee squirt of.
Sorry, you've plenty of shavings on the floor to soak it up.
Yeah, it's just an acrylic gloss lacquer. Just not. So just give it a wee
dusting.
A wee dusting. And you have step it. So you have to look past the other two burn marks on it from the rider, but it's you only seen that if you look at one direction. So stand to the right of it and you won't see it. Now like that'll do that. Let that dry. Give it a wee spin. Take the excess off it.
So why do you think you were getting burn marks on the?
I think the operator bit was a wee bit blunt. God knows how long that wee bit that's been on that router. I've been using it for everything.
It's usually the router bit's a bit blunt, or you're pushing too hard.
Yeah, one of the two.
Trying to get it to cut too fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes best just to slow down a wee bit and let it cut.
So that just
Rob says burn marks. Oh, you mean the creative pyrography?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So that just leaves the foot to take off, but they're not going to do that tonight. That's true. So if you look at it, it's there is something there. You could work on that and
nice.
Be better. So I'm just going to show you the one I made this afternoon. If I can find the lid of it. The one I made earlier, I made a lid for it. So there's both of them.
There we go.
Okay. So there's the one I made. The one I made tonight's this one, and the one I made this afternoon is that wee one. You know. both
Very
from the
good.
same bit of timber. So there you are, guys. Just a wee bit of something different tonight, involving a power tool, and
Yeah.
you know, you bring these
So
things,
Todd
and
says that
hopefully,
if you make multiple passes with the router to avoid taking off too much at once as well, which stops the router binding up and then causing burn marks. Todd says very nice, Paul. Anthony says nice. I like both.
yeah, it's just something different, you know.
Yep.
I would like
Nigel
to
says
have it a bit bigger to get more on the neck and a more a flare out attack. But
mhm.
because of those cracks, I had to reduce the neck of that.
Yeah.
But you know, things like that, there you have to do these things. You can't always rely on a bit of timber being 100%. You know, because there's usually get a wee cracks in it, especially if it's laying outside for a while and
Mhm.
it's been drying for a while. But you know, it's somebody will like it. You know, I like it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Put
It's a
a
nice
couple of
piece.
wee flowers in it. You know, and the Aura one is something similar. You know, same wood, just different idea. Just put
Yeah.
a wee lid
Slightly
on it.
different design. Yeah.
You know, you doesn't need a lid on it. Flower, wee flowered vase. That's what it is, and that's what I'm going to go with. So there you are, guys. I hope you
Excellent. Well done, Paul.
enjoyed that wee demo tonight. That's a wee bit different, as I said, and I'm glad to see the wires changed here for a wee bit. A wee bit
Aye.
of rain, wee
Yep.
bit of rain, but it's still warm. Brian,
Well, it's roasting, Paul.
19, it's 19 still.
It's roasting, Paul. For us
You
guys,
know,
it's roasting hot. I mean,
yeah, it's 19's too warm for me.
yeah.
I'm sweltered here, you know.
18 degrees is perfect for me. That's my temperature.
Yeah, yeah.
And above sort of 22, I have to stay in the house and roast it. Can't stick it at all.
It's definitely
Well,
too warm for the workshop. Like,
some really nice comments coming in there, Paul. It's good.
thank you guys. It's something else to try. Something have you been thinking about it?
That's one of the best comments you could have there. Trevor P said, "Well done, Paul. That gives me an idea." There
Yeah,
you go.
that's the
That's
whole
perfect.
idea of doing
Yep.
these wee lives. Everybody
Hmm.
gets something from it, you know, and you know, you've got a writer sitting in the cupboard and going, could I use that and that? And you see these people doing these things with the router and jig, you know, the fluting system from, what do you call it?
Paul,
Who makes it?
Paul
Paul
Howard.
Paul Hard's fluting jig.
Mhm.
Now
I have
that's a
one.
have you? That's a nice
Yep.
piece of kit. I would like one of those.
I'll be using it.
Maybe,
I'll be using it on Thursday. I think. I'll try
I maybe
something.
put it on my Christmas list. You know, but you don't need to go and buy. There's the
No, you
one
don't.
I made. You
Yep.
know, you can get by with. There's the way
It's
that works.
it's every bit as good.
Yeah, it's just a bit
Yep.
bigger than the Paul Hard jig when it's made
Hmm.
out of wood, and it doesn't have the slide up and down function. But you could make it that way, and you
Good,
could
eh?
you spend all those engineering guys out there could do themselves one instead of buying one. You know, it gives you something else to do in the workshop beside wood turning.
It does. It surely does.
Right, guys, I'm going to say cheerio and let you go and enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever it is,
What
wherever
time
you
is it?
may be. It's
Oh,
just 9 o'clock.
it's 9 o'clock. Perfect. Paul. Well done.
Yeah, an hour and we'll be in bed.
Yeah, 3 hours before I go to bed.
No,
Very rare to go to bed before
I was
midnight.
sitting the other night, Sunday Saturday night watching a film, and uh, and then I watched one of these series on Netflix. You know the way it goes. They always get
Yeah,
you the cliffhanger.
yeah.
I was sitting at 2 o'clock in the morning watching these things, some of your own.
Join the club there, Paul. I do that all the time.
They always give you the cliffhanger. Oh, frick, I want to see what happened, you know?
It
Oh,
was 1 o'clock this morning before I went to bed.
uh,
Doing
anyway,
exactly that.
guys, hopefully see you next Monday if I'm
Yep,
all good. And
yep.
I look forward to see when we can get up
See-
to next Monday.
We'll
Dude,
see you then, guys.
Okay, so I'll change. Where's this bloody button here?
I don't know.
There it is. There. You see, you have to push it twice and then take